wondering, what do all those famous people have in common? And no, it's not just because they're famous. The reason why they're all up there together is because they all have a disability. And sometimes people don't even notice it. Sometimes the disability can appear physical or mental, but people tend to just ignore those if he knows them. And in the past, that's all people did when they see a person with disabilities. Until it was the 1990s when the American with Disabilities Act passed. But even though after that law has passed, there are still some discriminations with those with disabilities. And so that's what I'm here to do. I want to change the views of those who see people with disabilities as only those who can cause trouble. While those with disabilities come in many different forms, the e-book Disabled Rights Movement and article Disabled Rights, it shows tragic but a strong story showing that despite everything, they still persevered, which was a lot. I mean, when we had the 1600s, throwing them in mental hospitals and jail cells, and then later in the future, like in the 1960s, and further on, no jobs were available because nobody really wanted those with a disability to work for them. From the web article School Climate and Discipline, schools expelling those with a mental disability because of an aneurysm they have, like hitting or biting or just like kind of yelling out at random, and the list goes on. So after the ADA law was passed, things finally started looking up. From the book Teen Rights and Responsibilities, 2nd edition by Tracy Truly, IEPs were made to help those with disabilities in school, and what an IEP is, a individual educational plan for someone with a learning disability. From the videos, the job challenges for people with disabilities, and listen up, children with disabilities speak out. All schools and workforce areas in the United States follow the ADA law. Aside from that, I've met people who have other types of learning disabilities. In my own school that I haven't met until really a few days ago. Finally, from the website Job Fairness, Disability Discrimination article. Like, for example, in the workforce area. Yes, now someone with a disability can get a job, but they might not get the job they wanted all the time. Or at school, sometimes there can be some issues, like they might not get the help they need exactly right away. But in some places, like for example, Ohio, there are programs designed to help those with disabilities, like the Alpha Group and Liberty United. I'll first start talking about the Alpha Group, which is a place where they prepare those with a disability to work in the workforce. They offer many different types of programs, such as programs that involve packaging, talking to people, like say your person that works on the phone, something like that, or something that involves computers, like designing and stuff like that. After talking with Sheila Thompson, who is the Alpha Group's first marketing and communications person there, she and I talked about the Alpha Group, and it first creates a program for someone who desires for their desired fields. And then she told me that their job placement success rate has improved a lot. It's about above 80% now. She also told me that the Alpha Group sometimes goes to schools in the Ohio area to talk about what they do to inform those who have a disability or those who don't, because like if you don't have a disability, you can go over there and help train them in their field. For those who do have a disability, like if they decide they can't they don't want to go to college, or they just want to go straight into the workforce or something like that, they can go straight to the Alpha Group to get experience, to build up their resume and such. And aside from the Alpha Group and resumes and such, there are also programs like in schools that just want to focus on getting the students like communication skills up. Now, Liberty United is a program in Olentangy Liberty High School that helps those with a disability with social interaction and learning. I talked with Dawn Imbrogno, the original founder of Liberty United. She told me it's a place for them to build up their confidence and social skills. And at the end of April, I helped out a bit, actually. I worked with them on their speech, English, gym, and math skills. And I'll be honest, it was a lot of fun helping out in that classroom. I also met a few other student aides, and they told me a bit about their mischief behavior. No, it's not like they would throw anything at you. They actually would want to try and trick you into helping them do their work. And what teen doesn't want to get out of doing their homework? Work by making someone else do it for them. But at the end of it all, I felt really good about doing that. And I mean, like, very, really good. It just, like, it made me feel good seeing them have a smile on their face, seeing they got something right, or they were doing something right, or that, like, they accomplished something on their own, seeing that they didn't really need help to begin with. Just a little nudge and confidence. So I see why these student aides come back every day to help them out, because working with them is fun. And you actually see they do work hard on the things they work on. Even though if you're new, like I was, they would try to trick you into doing their hard work for them. But once that's over, they actually do learn and work hard like everyone else in the school. And it really makes you think, like, these kids, even though they learn differently from us, or take longer for them to learn things, they still work hard in learning them. So even though we can only do small things right now, like volunteering or just offering them help, it still shows that we're trying to get them somewhere. And there are other people out there in the world that are doing this, that are helping people like them, like me, or like other people. Even if they have a physical disability, they are still being helped in some way. And that's what I hope I can get through to you guys, you, the audience, that this is pretty much going to go somewhere one day. That Alpha Group will probably be a countrywide thing. I mean, they are planning to open a second location eventually. And there will be more organizations like Liberty United and other high schools. And so much more. So that's all I can hope for now. That you guys could eventually volunteer to help out and maybe see the joy he's in helping these guys out too, like I did.